everyone, welcome to the 𝗘𝗏𝗀𝗀, where we sit with our speakers from the AWS Community Day Ahmedabad 2025 Data Analytics Edition. Let's dive deep into what our sessions hold into. So first of all, I would like to invite Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗁 whose topic was the future of the data and analytics on AWS. Sir, I'd like to tell you that your session was deep dive into the data analytics, and let's decode more for our listeners, right?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you see AWS data strategy evolving over last few years?
Yeah, so I think the good thing about AWS is we don't really have any product roadmaps, right? So the way we evolve our strategy is basically feedback from customers. So there's a thing in AWS which we call working backwards, and that is something that's the cornerstone of everything that we do. So a lot of people I'm part of the sales team. The sales team as well as the product managers sitting in Seattle who actually design products, all of us spend a lot of time in front of our customers, and customers tell you what they want, and that feedback funnels back to the product development, and that's how we build roadmaps. But just to give you, just to answer how it's evolved over time, I think if we had this conversation maybe 3-4 years ago, we basically had specific products for specific use cases. Today, if you see, personas are merging. Today, a data analyst also wants access to the data. The lines between data engineering, data science, data analysts, it's all blurring, and that's where I think the session that I spoke about, where we launched the new SageMaker, new next generation SageMaker. So that basically unifies the entire data lifecycle. So we see a unification in personas that deal with data, and also the tool sets, right? People want to do less of the grunt work and do more of the cool stuff, which is around building GenAI applications, training their models, and I think we hear that, and we are trying to basically take all that grunt work away, do all the heavy lifting ourselves, so users can interact with data more seamlessly.
Yeah, let's see. Looking forward to the new version of the SageMaker holds into. Yeah. Going to the next question. That what are some of the top innovations in the AWS data services you believe are underutilized today?
I think this is a very exciting field, and there's so much happening every day, so it's hard to pinpoint a couple of things. But again, if you ask me, I think the next generation of SageMaker, which has a unified studio, the lakehouse architecture, and it obviously is coupled by your data and AI governance. I think all of this has been recently launched at last reInvent, which was December. So I think all of this is underutilized if you really look at the market. But also if you look at Bedrock, which is basically a platform where you can play with all the models available. So I think there's a lot to happen. I think we are just scratching the surface right now. But as GPUs and as models get more prevalent, I think they're going to be embedded in every application, and everything we do is going to be powered by AI and data. So I think all services when it comes to data, I would say, are underutilized, and all of them have a long runway when it comes to adoption. And I think it's events like these where we get a chance to speak about all our services to the larger community, and hopefully they will go and build some really cool stuff using these services.
Thank you for that. Moving apart from that, how are do you think that young professionals align with learning of these evolving trends?
So I think today learning is not really a challenge in terms of, if you look at the number of videos, the number of white papers, etc., that are available and easily accessible. and there's so many tutorials in all shapes and sizes, right? You have 2-hour videos, you have shorts which are like a few seconds. So there's enough content that is available. Also, I think most of these platforms are very, very friendly in terms of, we have a free tier in AWS, which means you can just go in, spin up an account, and actually go and play with all this infrastructure, which was not possible before cloud, right? Because you couldn't really build a data center at home, and there's only so much you can do on a laptop or a desktop. But today you have the world's compute at your fingertips, and with a few credits or even with a free tier, you can really experiment with the entire plethora of services. So I think learning is not a big challenge in terms of avenues, but I think what is important is events like this which brings a community together, because I am a firm believer in social learning, wherein you exchange ideas and people come and give you solutions, and you keep learning something new. So I think that's the best combination. There's enough stuff available on the internet, but also in real life, get to meet like-minded people, discuss what you're doing, understand what they are doing, and I think that's the best way to learn. And in the end, I think it's your mindset. Just in today's world where technology changes almost every day, I think you just need to have that mindset to keep learning, unlearning the old and learning the new.
Truly said that social learning is more of helping you towards implementation of this cloud services.
Absolutely.
So moving ahead, what do you think there are some real life use cases where data truly turned into a strategic asset?
I think plenty, but I will use a use case that's probably very dear to me as an Amazonian, and also to most of us, because I think I haven't come across a person who doesn't use Amazon. So I think even in Amazon, if you buy something, the product recommendation engine, right, that's all powered by data. It's looking at all your past histories, it's looking at customer reviews, etc. And it's, and we've all used that product recommendation engine to buy more stuff. So I think that's probably the closest example. And in the end, I think most innovations, if you see, that have happened, it's all been underpinned by data. So data is really, really important. And in AWS, we really, really use data to all our decisions.
Likely said that recommendation feature of the Amazon is truly tempting. So moving towards an end of this interview, I would like to ask your experience. How about your experience at this AWS Community Day at Ahmedabad?
So this was honestly an idea that came to us, saying there's so much happening around data, so why don't we do an edition that is focused on data and nothing else. And again, we had our own doubts, would people turn up, but I think it's amazing. I think there's 400 plus people who've turned up on a rainy Saturday morning. So really, really happy to see that. And I think the enthusiasm, we all saw that there were so many questions and so many people want to do so much more. So I hope they got something out of it. And now I hope they go and use everything they learned to build some really cool stuff. And I can't wait to see what they build with AWS.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and highlighting the AWS services for the Data Analytics edition to our listeners. Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. So excited about our next guest. So can you guess who is with us? We have 𝗙𝗵𝗁 sir, Train with 𝗙𝗵𝗁. He has a YouTube channel, and today he has came here on the stage of the ACD Community Day, Ahmedabad 2025 Data Analytics Edition. Let's deep dive into how the log analytics works on. Our users would like to get the insights upon it. So first, like I would like to highlight about your session and the workshop that you gave about the log analytics. It was like wonderful.
Thank you.
So moving to that, I would like to ask you a question on like how do you feel like that Amazon 𝗘𝗍𝗍 transform the traditional log analytics workflow?
So when I used to, so back in 2018-19, so I was working on Nginx logs, I was working on EC2 logs. So I used to have a lot of logs gathered. So I used to do it manually. So I used to search errors, do awk commands, and then I used to get the logs which I wanted. Now it used to take a lot of time. Again, whenever I used to hear, "Arey, logs," then my productivity was so low. When Amazon 𝗘𝗍𝗍, I just have to give a prompt in a natural language saying that this is the folder where all of my logs are kept, analyze it, structure them, clean them, and bring me insights from this log. And the agentic capabilities that 𝗘𝗍𝗍 has, the time which I used to take around 6 hours, 12 hours to do log analysis, now that is now what, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. The better prompting I'm doing, the better results I'm getting. So the productivity has obviously increased. So that's how I would say 𝗘𝗍𝗍, not only for log analysis, but any kind of analysis from with your AWS account or any other data source that you have, it does it very well. Very smooth.
It's like fantastic, like in a fraction of the seconds, like
Absolutely.
we can get the analysis done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like according to you, what common mistakes like do developers make during this log analysis?
So in log analysis, one of the common mistake that I saw was they don't take observability as a whole. So if you do log analysis, they will only make graphs and some insights. So they don't get the behaviors from these logs. There are no such alerting mechanism, metrics which can be done from these logs. So when you go for log analysis or observability, take it as a whole picture of observability where monitoring, alerting and logging, 3 things are covered.
Okay.
So that's one mistake which everyone makes.
Thank you so much for that. Like, yeah, that's the common mistake people do. Like, as you mentioned about the observability, so what advice would you like to give our users to master that?
So mastering observability is not something which you can do it very in just a few minutes or so. It'll take time. You will see a lot of different scenarios. There will be a scenario like your production environment is not functioning as per your expectation. That time you'll have to go and check your CloudWatch logs, what happened. You have to set up alarms, triggers, what is causing it. You have to set up your pager. So it will come eventually. So when we talk about freshers, they get overwhelmed when observability is concerned. So give it time. Just start small. Start small with Grafana dashboards. Start small with Prometheus alerts. Start small with open source dashboards. So the small base, small roots will lead to longer and healthier trees.
Yeah, truly said that. Moving ahead, I would like to ask about like, is like Amazon 𝗘𝗍𝗍 is beneficial only to the small scales, or it is focused for the large ones as well?
So in Amazon 𝗘𝗍𝗍, we have different tiers available. We have free tier, we have pro tier and business as well. So Q for business, generally used for decision makers, market leaders. So they use Q business for their knowledge bases, insights. Q developer is used by developers, DevOps engineers for their day-to-day work. So every section of audience, there is a tier available which caters to that audience. And if you're a beginner, you can start with Amazon Q for free using a builder ID. So that's how it is. You start for free, you find the what you can say, benefit of it, you can directly subscribe to the pro model. You find it even beneficial, you take it to your business leader, go for the business edition. So that's how the Q is for the entire ecosystem. You can get it on your Slack, you can get it on your console mobile app, you can get it on your console web app, You can get it on your IDE, on your CLI. So there's a 360 coverage that Amazon Q provides. So it's very helpful for everyone.
Yeah, definitely must try. Yeah, so how does it like feel to be back here in the Ahmedabad?
Yeah, it's good. So I was in the 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗀 episode, one of the initial episodes, and good to see that 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗀 has grown so much. We had Sebastian as well.
Yes.
And it was an amazing podcast with him. And it's amazing to see the growth, see the journey. It feels great. Ahmedabad is amazing. I just had my lunch and it feels like I should be here often. So please invite me again and again.
Yeah, definitely, sure. It's our pleasure to have you here on the stage.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So this is your 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗲 for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's have Miss Annie Matu for the she is here for the AWS Community Day 2025 Data Analytics Edition, and she had a talk on AWS SageMaker Unified Studio. So I would like to have our listeners to know more about SageMaker Unified Studio. So what do you think, like what makes Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio a game changer for ML developers?
Okay, first of all, thanks for having me here. When it comes to Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio, one of the things that we have been hearing from our customers and users is that they usually get a fragmented experience when you are using your AWS services, and that is one feedback that we have taken back. And essentially, the game-changing part of having this platform is that you have a unified access to all the AWS services, whether it is your data and analytics or for your AI services like your SageMaker, Bedrock, or for that matter, analytics services like Redshift, Glue, EMR. Everything is something that is available within a single umbrella as part of this SageMaker Unified Studio. So you don't have to go to 10 places to play around with data, to access data. You can just come to SageMaker Unified Studio and play around with your data, and that I think is the game changer in this case.
Yeah, likely said that it provides a multiple extensions to like integrations for the ML developers to it's very handy for them to integrate and test it.
Correct.
Yeah. So like what's your advice for a student or a beginner to start using Amazon SageMaker Studio?
So first of all, what I think is that you need to understand the use case for which you're trying it out, right? It's very important that you understand what are you trying to achieve, your use case, your business impact that you're trying to deliver. Once you're clear from those perspectives, that is when I would urge you to start using SageMaker Unified Studio and essentially bring all of your data within the SageMaker Unified Studio, play around with data, build your assets, discover your data, play around or build with your LLMs or generative AI applications. All of that seamlessly from this single place. So I would suggest that the first step would be understanding the use case, understanding why you need a platform like this in the first place. Secondly, play around, ensure that you understand the various features that a platform offers, and thirdly, then start building with it. Right. So those are the things that I would suggest as a starting point.
Yeah, that's very important for the beginners to start over, to listen for the use case first, and then you can implement it in the SageMaker Studio. After that, as you mentioned in your answer, you can bring all your data into the SageMaker Studio. So how does it deals with the governance and the experimentation part?
Yeah, in fact, governance is one of the most, I would say, often overlooked part when it comes to the entire data journey, or for that matter, the AI/ML journey. And one of the core components of SageMaker platform is the data and AI governance, right? So we want to make sure that people don't just look at data in a safe and secure way, but they are also able to access the data in a safe and secure way, share the data in a safe manner, ensure that all your privacy and security policies are implemented when you are using your data, or for that matter your AI/ML models that you are building. So that forms a core component of the SageMaker platform, right? So There are multiple features that we provide as part of the platform for your data and AI governance, but there is a component which we call as SageMaker Catalog, which is essentially enabling all the data and AI governance for your data and AI.
Okay, yeah, sounds interesting. Would like to explore it. Yeah, definitely. So can you share like what would the advice you give to the young woman entering into the AI ML?
I think one of the core advice that I give to everybody who I speak to, especially women, is that break the inhibitions in your mind. First of all, don't keep that in mind that you are a woman. It doesn't matter, right? As long as you have those inhibitions in your mind, that's how people will, react to you. So first of all, break those things. Learn more. Because this is a growing space, especially generative AI, AI, ML, or data and analytics, right? This is a growing area. There is a lot of innovation that is happening in this space. So learn more, grow yourself, upskill yourself, whether it is through AWS certifications or through user group communities like this. But yeah, just make sure that you stay abreast with the latest and greatest of what is happening, and ensure that, when the opportunity is right, or whenever you get those, areas to work with, you are taking up those opportunities and don't have those limiting beliefs that you are a woman and that's why this is not for you.
Yeah, like we said that we also have like Women in Tech AWS user group. So there we do have like meetups over there. People can join and learn about various trends which are happening in the AWS services. So coming to an end, like what's your vibe at this AWS Community Day Data Analytics Edition?
It's actually very good. It's a beautiful day. It's raining, so the overall vibe is great. It's good to know that there are so many people who are coming to these events and trying to upskill themselves. It's great to know that there are so many speakers from the community who are actually coming and trying to educate people, trying to understand their use cases and helping us grow as a community, right? So it's definitely great. I would love to come back here again in future, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much for highlighting the Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio insights to our listeners.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello guys, welcome back to the 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏 sessions. So today we have Mr. Anand Mehta, who is working as the NASDAQ, and he is managing data at the scale with the data lake. So like as we know that like scaling data operations is not a small task, and data lakes play a huge role on it. I would like to know about like for small or the mid-sized organization, how you like advise them to set up a data lake.
One of the easiest path which I would personally recommend is to start early. The early they start, the more the failure they will encounter for sure. So do not get panic or disappointed or backtrack looking at the failures that they encounter while during this journey, because it's very natural that if you are starting early in the race, you will come across a lot of failures, but that also gives an opportunity to an individual, to a team, to an organization to think as an opportunity, innovate on top of it and keep growing up the ladder, which will help not only their respective own teams, the organization, but overall it will help in making sure that their data is having all the required features available with them, provided via data lake.
Okay, yeah, so like according to you, what are the myths around setting up a data lake?
One of the myths which I have come across is that individuals, the teams think that once they get into this area, they will not be having a granular control on the data available from this, which they generally come across in a traditional on-premise environment. So this is a myth which they need to overcome and start getting onto this path so that they can start getting the benefits whatever is available from the respective CSPs like AWS.
Yeah.
rather different data lake services available from there.
Yeah, like truly said that about the security of the data is concerned in the
Correct.
yeah.
Right.
So, what are the some of the AWS key services that complement a robust data lake architecture?
There are many, however, I would like to stress upon 3 key services available from AWS that helps to get into the data lake related architectural approach, to take an architectural approach. One is S3, simple storage service. Second one is Athena, and third one is Amazon Redshift.
Yeah.
In addition to this, definitely we can think of leveraging Amazon QuickSight, which helps to visualize the data that comes from multiple sources. And while during this data lake formation journey, in the overall architectural approach that we take using S3, Athena for querying and performance in collaboration in addition with Redshift, QuickSight also helps a lot. So these 3-4 services are definitely which is strongly recommended to get started with, and then as it progresses we can definitely start adding some more AWS data analytics related services to it to fit the specific use case of an organization's requirement.
Yeah, thank you for giving into the insights of the AWS services which are likely to be used for robust architecture. I would like to ask about how do you balance performance with cost when storing data at scale?
When storing data at scale, as far as performance and cost is a point of consideration, there is no second thought that we can say that there has to be, or there will definitely a certain amount of trade-off that needs to be done. Again, it all depends on the use case, the organization's requirement, whether performance is on utmost criteria for them, or is it the cost factor which is on a top priority for them. So based on that specific use case, they have to take a call whether it's a performance that is on a high priority for them over cost or the vice versa. So there will definitely a certain trade-off and accepted by almost not only the enterprise segment sector but also from the startup organization perspective as well.
That's a wonderful insight from the FinOps professional right here. Yeah, I would like to give the user some advice about aiming to specialize in the big data.
Dirty your hands as much as possible. When I am saying dirty your hands means try to do as many hands-on exercises available through our AWS Skill Builder. That's the only one way at least that I am following in my journey, which I started since 2014 till date. I am aggressively using and leveraging the hands-on workshops available through our skill builder. You just need to have a community builder ID created, and once that is in place, there are tons of exercises available, and do the hands-on and keep learning, continue learning, and get that implemented in the regular projects and assignment that an organization is looking out for.
Yeah. Last but not the least, I would like to ask you about how is the data security and the governance of the data of an organization is concerned, taken care of by the AWS data lake.
If this question would have been asked to me a decade before, yes, that was definitely, security was a point of concern. But as we all know, security is in the DNA of AWS, Amazon, and you name the service, security is a part of it, and it's secure. And you name the certification from a security perspective. Almost all the services which are available through AWS, Amazon, it's safe to be considered as secured in itself. So that helps answers these particular questions.
Yeah, definitely. Lastly, I would like to ask you about how is your experience at the AWS Community Day, Ahmedabad, this data analytics edition?
It's an awesome. It's a one-word answer that I can give. But in addition to this, I would definitely like to highlight one point which I noticed over here. After completing my session, even before taking onto my seat, I mean to say, after completing my session, coming down from the stage, taking my chair, and when I checked my mobile cell, I could see 50 plus LinkedIn connection requests onto my cell. So that itself says that the audience had been great. The attendees who were participating in that particular session in one form or the other form were actually contributing to it in one way or the other. So answer to it is awesome.
Thank you so much. It's our honor to have you here at this platform. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello guys, here we are back again. So the 𝗥𝗲𝗃𝗀, here we have the Mr. 𝗾𝗡𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 with us, and he's a matter expert of the customer experience, and his case study he has presented. And as you know that like case studies turn theory into tangible value, and your session made it very clear. So I would like to ask more about your case study, and our listeners would like to learn about it. What does your core lesson you take from your case study?
Okay, so from 𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀's case study, the main like couple of lessons I would like to extract is, one is many a times in tech journey we try to optimize for scale before we scaled up. So we do a mistake of over engineering at the beginning. So we can keep avoiding it. Most of the time things will evolve. So the architecture of cloud which you see on day one will be very different than what you see after many years, right? But what happens is, when we see some case study of some scaled up startup, we take that as a reference and try to do it that way. Don't take that path. Second thing is data and cost you should always optimize for. In our case study, I personally feel we made a mistake of not optimizing for cost or data early, which we could have done. So these are two things which I think I even can learn from our case study.
Yeah, that's an amazing insight about like data and the cost. Secondly, I would like to ask you about like what are the factors which contributed into your success, like beyond technology?
My personal success or business?
Business success.
Okay. So, business success is driven by a lot of factors, and very frankly, many of them are not in our hands. So if I were to say that when we started 𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 in 2016, one of the factors is launch of Reliance Jio. Because our app was primarily, can become more useful if internet is available, at all the places. So that is one factor which made us successful. Second is cricket being a team game. It naturally had a viral loop. So we got a lot of benefit out of it. And many companies struggle to get that kind of benefit in their customer base. We have been very lucky that our spends on getting customers have been minimal. So these are two other factors.
Okay, that's an amazing insight. Like, how does like feedback play a role in cloud optimization?
So I think feedback plays a great role in every journey. And in terms of cloud optimization, whenever I still remember that I used to go to such events like 3-4 years back, and we were just explaining that we are using RDS to the full extent, or EC2, हमारा scale up यहाँ पे आके अटक जाता है and all that. They used to tell some person will come and tell me, इतना सारा आप क्यों use करते हो? Why do you need 16x? And we used to critically question that. So that opened up a lot of things, because another thing I feel is cloud itself has a lot of things for a single person or a single team to know all the nitty-gritties is very difficult. So keep seeking feedback from, some peer companies, some AWS experts group, and keep questioning the way you work. That will be very helpful.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing, like keep questioning about how you work, and as you mentioned that people would learn from your case studies feedback as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so moving ahead, I would like to ask you how would you advise to our listeners about the managing real-time customer-facing workloads?
So I think first of all, managing real-time customer-facing workloads is very hard, and you may often run into some critical problems. One thing, if I have to tell one thing, first try to be very honest. Like customers, customers will forgive you if you are honest. Everyone at the end of the day understand that mistakes can happen. So two things you can take care. One is be honest, and second is try to improve rapidly.
Yeah.
So mistakes will happen. I don't have any silver bullet which will say that mistakes won't happen.
Yeah, that's right. Like room for improvement should be open for everyone.
Yeah.
According to you, like what trends in the cloud-based customer experience are emerging today?
So I think there is a cliche answer. I don't have also other. I think data and AI are coming up with many new experiences which we have never thought of. So I think we are looking forward to what kind of experiences which we can bring to cricket.
Okay, like are you implementing AI into your cricket heroes?
Yeah, I think few, like let's say the overall way the matches are being viewed. Even if you talk about scorecard, that has been a text-heavy experience for a long time. With generative AI, we can do some image gen stuff, some video generation, some animation generation. There are a lot of possibilities. Plus, cricket is game full of emotion and events. So how can AI help us, give better experience on those events and emotions?
Yeah. So lastly, I would ask you about how is your experience at the AWS Community Day, Ahmedabad, Data Analytics Edition?
So I think AWS Community Days in Ahmedabad has always been great. This also is, very nicely arranged, and sessions, selection of sessions was great. I also like the introduction of case study section. So all in all, amazing.
Thank you so much. It was really an honor to have you and learn from your case studies, how you presented it. That was amazing. Thank you so much. This was 𝗙𝗲𝗁 for you. Thank you guys.
Thank you, madam.
First and foremost, that is the JSON related issues in the format. So basically in the JSON data, there are nested JSON structures, right? So some of the data contains that field, some of the data doesn't contain that field. So whenever you are running a crawler on top of it, obviously it's going to miss certain fields. So it would run into high bad data error in the 𝗙𝗲.
Okay. Yeah, so great for the input. When it comes to a large scale data, so how do you debug or clean that data?
So first and foremost, important thing is to look at the logs. So whatever you are running in terms of jobs, try to find out that output logs or the error logs. Then point out in the which section of the script it is facing the issue, or it is getting out of memory error or any sort of error that we can check from the logs. Then we can look for that specific part of the code and rectify that code.
Okay. So are there any AWS tools or any scripts that you swear by about the data analytics part you told about?
Yep, there are AWS Glue scripts available that you can check, which can check for the basically prerequisites for certain scripts. So it will basically check the environment that, okay, these are the environment parameters that you have assigned into that or not. It will check for the pre-migration test. So that will work like if you are, with that you will not be running into the issues. It will check beforehand itself that, okay, these are the environment parameters or something that you have to be take care of it. So yeah, it's available in github.com in the glue job code examples.
Okay, do check out that 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗲 job examples, right, on the GitHub. Yeah, so like what kind of advice do you give to our listeners who are like junior data engineers looking forward to?
I would say start with any one programming language. I know people get into the cloud by, they don't want to be in the coder side. That is true, but at least have a one programming language knowledge. Plus, I would say learn about the SQL, learn about the basic data analytics tools. Like there are certain classifications and data formats are also available. So you can check the so many basic projects are already there that you can check out and put your efforts and build the custom project out of it. So yeah, focus on one step at a time. That would be helpful.
Yeah, great insights for our junior data developers. How do you like handle data quality in like high velocity pipelines?
So there is something called as data quality features available in the glue itself. I'm a glue SME, by the way, so I will be mostly suggesting around the glue. So data quality checks are there that you can set certain parameters, that is the certain values of the columns are null or not, or that kind of data quality checks that you can put inside the jobs, so that it will check at the end when the job finishes its execution. You can check that these parameters have passed the quality parameters or not. Based on that, you can take the action whether to continue with the job execution or the stop at that point in time.
Okay, that's great. That's like a shifting left concept in the industry, like about like how to handle code fixes in the priorly itself, rather than like wasting much of the time. Yeah, so like I would like to hear about the nightmare fix story, as you are a data engineer here.
So again, I mean, coming back to that JSON example, so we were into the production data lake, and we were seeing our jobs are running fine, but they are not capturing the certain fields which we have recently introduced in our DynamoDB data lake. So that was, I mean, that was the production issue. So obviously we have turned around, like we have take meetings and thought about that, okay, how do we solve that issue? So we try to come up with a solution that even if the NoSQL part of the data is there, we should define the schema in our serverless architecture itself, that it will check with the schema. If any of the, even if the data is not there, we should have that null columns inside the data, so that crawler cannot miss the data detection of that.
Yeah, that's like production issues are really havoc. So like what's your take from this, like how are you feeling about at this event like AWS Community Day, Ahmedabad 2025 Data Analytics Edition?
To be honest, I built my entire career by meeting and attending meetup user group events. So I would highly recommend everyone, if anything is planning around in your city, whether it's Ahmedabad, Vadodara, do check out the events from the AWS user groups or Women in Tech user group, and you will not only find the technical knowledge, but you will build the real connections, mentorship, internship opportunities. So everything is there. You just have to get started at some point.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation over here and sharing the insights to our audience.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Yep.
Thank you.